Self-doubt, that quiet voice in your head that whispers, "You're not good enough." The hesitation before making a decision, the fear that you'll mess up, the belief that others know better than you. It's something everyone experiences at some point in life. Some people feel it in their careers, some in their relationships, others in their personal goals. But regardless of where it shows up, self-doubt has the power to hold you back from becoming the person you want to be. It's not just about being uncertain. It's deeper than that. It's about feeling like you don't measure up. Like everyone else is more capable, more talented, more deserving. And the worst part? Most of the time it's not based on truth. It's built on old stories, past mistakes, and fear. It's built on comparison, criticism, and the pressure to be perfect. But here's the good news. Self-doubt is not permanent. It can be challenged, it can be reduced, and with the right mindset and tools, it can even be transformed into confidence. Let's start with this. Self-doubt is normal. You are not broken for feeling it. You're not weak, you're human. In fact, many of the most successful people in the world deal with self-doubt. Artists, leaders, entrepreneurs, performers, they all face it. What makes the difference is not the absence of doubt, but the decision not to be ruled by it. The first step in overcoming self-doubt is to understand where it comes from. Often self-doubt has roots in early experiences, times when you were told you weren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. Maybe it came from a parent who criticized you, a teacher who didn't believe in you, or peers who made you feel small. Over time, those experiences turned into beliefs, and those beliefs became a lens through which you started seeing yourself. You know, beliefs can be changed. Just because you've believed something for a long time doesn't make it true. And just because you've told yourself a story over and over again doesn't mean it's the only story. You can learn to question your thoughts. You can learn to separate fact from fiction. And importantly, you can choose to believe something new. Start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. What are the things you say to yourself when you're faced with a challenge? Do you say things like, "I can't do this, I always mess up," or "I'm not good enough"? These thoughts, they feel automatic, but they're not facts, they're mental habits, and like any habit, they can be broken. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, pause and ask, is this true, is this helpful, is this kind? Then ask yourself, what would I say to a friend who was thinking this way? Often, we're much kinder to others than we are to ourselves. We give others the benefit of the doubt, but we judge ourselves harshly. So flip the script, talk to yourself like someone you love. Next, challenge the idea that you need to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion. No one gets everything right all the time. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has flaws. What matters is not being flawless. It's being willing to try. It's showing up even when you're scared. It's learning and growing from the experience. When you accept that you don't have to be perfect to be worthy, the pressure starts to lift. You can breathe a little easier. You can give yourself permission to fail. And in doing so, you open the door to growth. Another important step is to stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is one of the biggest fuels for self-doubt. You see someone else succeeding and you assume they have it all figured out. You see someone else's highlight reel and you compare it to your behind the scenes. But here's the truth. Everyone has struggles you don't see. Everyone has doubts and insecurities. You are not falling behind. You are on your own path, and it's okay if your journey looks different from someone else's. When you catch yourself comparing, bring your focus back to yourself. What progress have you made? What strengths do you have? What are your own goals and values? Not the ones society tells you to chase, but the ones that matter to you. Stay rooted in your own values and let go of the need to compete. There is no finish line, there is no final ranking. Life is not a race, it's a process. You can also work on building confidence by taking action. Action is one of the best antidotes to doubt. When you take even a small step towards something that scares you, you start proving to yourself that you're capable. Confidence isn't something you wait to feel before you act. It's something you build by acting again and again. You don't have to feel 100% ready. You just have to take one small step, then another, then another. Confidence grows with repetition. Think back to something you were once afraid to do that now feels easy. Maybe it was speaking in front of a group, maybe it was driving, maybe it was starting a new job. At first you were unsure, but over time, with practice, it became familiar. You adapted, you learned. That same pattern can apply to anything you want to do. The key is not waiting for fear to disappear, it's moving forward anyway. Another powerful tool is self-compassion. Self-compassion means being kind to yourself when things don't go perfectly. It means recognizing that struggle is part of life and that you're not alone. Instead of beating yourself up for failing, you acknowledge your pain and offer yourself understanding. This doesn't mean making excuses. It means accepting your humanity. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to be imperfect. And you are still worthy of love and respect, especially from yourself. A lot of self-doubt comes from the fear of what others think. We worry about being judged, we fear criticism or rejection. But here's something to remember. Other people's opinions are not facts, they're just perspectives. And often, the people who are quick to judge are struggling with their own insecurities. You don't need everyone to approve of you. You don't need universal validation. What you need is self-respect. When you know your own values and stand by them, other people's opinions lose their power. This is also where boundaries come in. If you're constantly surrounded by people who bring you down, criticize you, or make you doubt yourself, it's okay to create distance. It's okay to protect your mental space. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who believe in you, who support your growth. You deserve to be in environments where you can thrive, not just survive. Sometimes, self-doubt is tied to a fear of failure. We imagine the worst-case scenario and convince ourselves we can't handle it. But failure is not the end. It's a teacher. Every mistake carries a lesson. Every setback can point you in a better direction. You've already survived things you thought you couldn't. You're more resilient than you think, and every time you fall and get back up, you become stronger. Instead of avoiding failure, redefine your relationship with it. See it as feedback. See it as evidence that you're trying. The only true failure is never trying at all. Everything else is just part of the journey. When you stop fearing failure, self-doubt loses alignment with that image. Journaling can also be a powerful practice. Write down your thoughts when self-doubt creeps in. Explore where those thoughts are coming from. Question them. Replace them with more empowering beliefs. You can also journal your accomplishments, big and small. Create a record of your wins. When doubt shows up, go back and read it. Remind yourself of what you've already overcome. Gratitude is another mindset shift that helps. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack, you start to see yourself and your life in a new light. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your struggles. It means recognizing your strengths in the middle of them. It reminds you that you are more than your doubts. You are capable. You are growing. You are enough. If self-doubt is deeply rooted, therapy or coaching can be incredibly valuable. A professional can help you unpack the layers, identify the patterns, and develop strategies that work for you. You don't have to go through it alone. Reaching out for support is not weakness, it's wisdom. At the end of the day, overcoming self-doubt is not about becoming fearless. It's about becoming brave. It's about showing up with your doubt, your fear, your imperfections, and doing it anyway. It's about believing in your worth, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. It's about trusting that you are capable of more than you think. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be the best. You just need to keep moving forward. One choice, one step, one day at a time. Doubt may visit, but it doesn't have to stay. You get to choose who you listen to. You get to choose what you believe. And you get to rewrite the story. You are not your doubts. You are not your fears. You are the one who notices them. And that means you are bigger than them, stronger than them, more powerful than you realize. So the next time self-doubt tries to hold you back, remember this. You've come this far. You've overcome so much. You have what it takes. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep becoming the person you were meant to be.